I've already done the video about how to smash up our pieces of crockery, and then you get all of these random shapes. So now we put them together like a jigsaw puzzle, but do the outside edge first. A couple of tips along the way, and I'm not an expert in this, but we'll see how we go, and think of this as my next challenge. I have trouble with random shapes. As you know, I do lots of squares. So it's good for me to do something random. There's a particular hint that Marion has given us when we start to mess around with various things, is avoid triangles unless you absolutely have to have one, and that challenges you to really think about what you're doing when you're putting it together. So we know that this is a square here, so we want something that at the bottom that is a square, and I prefer to have this bit square here rather than lines, grout lines that run into that point. So this is where your grout lines become really important, and that we don't have rivers of grout. So like we wouldn't want a line of grout going from here all the way around to there unless you want to do it on purpose. So you might decide I want a heart here in the middle as well, and that would be a grout line. That's different. But try to minimise, say 2 or more than 3 in a row with a grout line. I try for 2 and I'm not always successful. So go around the outside first and do the edges. Don't worry too much about whether they meet like this. This is just luck. And shape as you need. This one I know I will never get a piece to fit in there, so I'd probably want to change that shape somehow, and I might cut that or make it bigger, take it away and put something else in. For instance, this looks like it would fit quite nicely, but of course I would then need to have to nip, get the line, nip this bit off. Likewise up here with the heart, I don't want a grout line going like that with 2 pieces meeting for this particular style, so I could do something like that to make it more random. You can do triangles all the way around the outside if you want, or a particular shape. It's really up to you in the end and what you like. There's a round bit there. So I can fill that up with something else. So I'm looking only at this outside line. So that's sort of there. So I'd need to cut a special shape probably to fit in there. And this one here, that fits quite nicely, so I might need to nip this off. I tumbled these pieces as a part of seeing if the crockery would tumble all right and I could get the sharp bits off. I'm going to cut that across there because I don't want these 2 bits to meet. And what I discovered was I had put this on for a 20-minute spin, and some of the edges, I'll see if I can get this close, some of the edging, you can see, like, you need to look really, really closely, it is a little chipped. Now, if you're using an off-white grout, you won't even notice that. If I was using black, I probably would notice that. But this type of work doesn't always suit black grout, so really think about the colour with the off-white. Don't go for bright white, an off-white of some sort. So I'll probably use pale silver. So go about your jigsaw puzzle and put your first little heart together. And of course, the advantage of doing it this way is if it doesn't work, shh, and start again. So if you love to do jigsaw puzzles, this is right up your alley. I'll see you when I put it together and glued it. Oh, I'll show you how to glue it first. Yeah, I'm happy with these bits, so I will glue those bits. So I'm using a little baggie, and I happen to have some black glue because I just did another little job. And I would normally choose white for this, unless I was using black grout. So these were the, let's smash it up. So I'm a big glue user, so I'll get lots of stuff and there will be cleanup. And then just pop it in there. I don't think I need to change the shape of that at all because it's, I guess, a little more organic doing it this way, but just so long as your grout lines are consistent. So you don't want big holes, and if we have holes, we're going to fill them up. And I'll go through all of those pointers as I do it. You don't want to watch me gluing. So now I'll pop this one here, and when you're gluing and you're going, oh, well, how big do you make the grout line? What I do is, if I can't clean the grout line, it's too close together. If I can put my little finger in there, that's too wide. So here, I know this is my cleaning tool, so I just make sure that the grout line is about that wide, and then I can clean it out. So that's about 3 mil, maybe 2.5. So go for consistent. And we've got lots and lots of different bits. So if we've got things that are tiny, we can cut it and stick it in. So we're going to be fussy. Go off and have a go, and we'll see you in the next round when we do the big heart. Round 1 of my jigsaw puzzle was the outside of the heart, making sure this line was the heart shape I wanted. Now it's not smoothed off and made like perfectly straight, because that's really weirdly it's not how I like to do crockery. I like it to be a little bit wiggly and various things. So I've stuck to Marion Shapiro's advice about try to avoid triangles, and I've got a triangle shape sort of here, or sort of triangle, and one here. So not too bad. All the rest are random, because sometimes you just get one. So you can see here, so when you're doing your jigsaw puzzle, that I've got 2 here. I wouldn't want this grout line to extend any further up here. So I do need to bring something across here, and perhaps, dare I say it, put a little triangle in there to cut that river off. Otherwise it will be something, as I understand it, that's going to attract your eye straight away, and ooh, onwards and upwards. So working our way in or down or across, whatever your style is. And I'll see you when this is done. So we've got everything on there, and one of the things you want to do is go through and check that no edge is touching another, because that interrupts grout lines, would you believe, and it'll make you want to see it. Oops, so I've bumped something here, and I need to sort of just gently nudge things around so they fit a little better. Must have been when I was doing these little bits in here. That's why I can't use a runny glue like multi-prep. It's a nightmare with my wobbly hands. So remember I said you need to be able to clean in your cracks. So to cleaning this crack, I would need to get a pen, because that's all I can do there. Oh, no, that's okay. That meets my personal goal of 2 to 3 mil. And I may remove this one yet to make it bigger at both ends, but what I'll do is take a photo of it and see if it annoys me. But overall, I think I'm doing okay for a beginner. We're learning together. Now the other question I want to ask beginners is, do you want to learn how to do multiple grout colours? So thinking we might want to have this heart one colour, this heart another colour, and the background a different colour. While that sounds scary, I can assure you it's dead easy. So let me know if you want to learn that as a beginner.